It's all good.
All right. So I would get started. Is it 1 o'clock there?
Yes, it is.
All right. Everybody that's coming.
Nobody would
You
do that.
already here?
It's rally.
It's 1:02. Let's go.
I like it.
My crease here.
Hey,
Hey.
thank you for coming.
Mm-hmm.
You can share some of your gems as well.
Sure.
All right. We got news. We have the whole spectrum here. So, did you get it open?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's show you. We got it now. Okay. So we was just sharing a trick. This is my party trick, showing people how to go to the KW app and get their QR code. So they don't know how to do it. Somebody don't have a paper one on you. Download the app.
One thing we like to do that Lizzie has just discovered.
Oh, I can show you.
Do you have does everybody here have their Keller Williams website put together?
No.
Okay. So KW gives you a free website through Command. Okay. And on that website, you can build a landing page, and you can build 1 million of them. You can build a landing page to a specific property. So they can go, you can have your laptop up right there, and they can register straight away for your website just through that landing page.
And you can use that for open houses as well. I usually have a printout sheet because I tend to get non-tech folks that come through my open house and they start freaking out, but I still want to capture their information. So I keep it old school. I have a paper, but I also have a QR code that they can scan and register that way. But I want their data because I want to be able to follow up. Okay? And we want to know who's in house. Right? For our homeowners. Yeah.
Who's our newest agents in the office right now? So when we capture a lead, what is the information that we want? What do we need to capture? Why is that so important?
So she can follow up on it. You have them in, you can input them into your database and then you can follow up.
What information do you need from them?
I want their contact information, name, address, their
Email.
phone number.
Phone number, name, full name, phone number, email are the bare minimums, right? That you could follow up. If you have their address, that's extra credit. That should be that should be in your phone call. Obviously, your follow-up phone call, right? But if you have those 4 pieces of information, you are a lethal weapon when it comes to follow-up.
Yep. And you can, outside of this, once you finish your open house, you can put those people on a smart plan. I'm going to have a class for that eventually too. But you can put them on a smart plan to follow up. And some of the smart plans are already there. Just check the library, the full library, and you can follow up with them, phone calls, text messages, etc. So, but we'll get into that.
For those Clausen home team members, write that down.
All right. So basically, we're going over how we can do enhanced marketing at an open house, right? We want to be strategic in our timing. We want to make sure that we touch everybody that we possibly can, and you'll see that on the following slides. Chris just mentioned it, lead capturing. And we want to make sure that we get their information and don't let it just sit on your desk. Put it in your CRM, write notes, things that you might remember. So one thing that I do is if they write their name down on the paper as opposed to put it in the system, if I can remember something about them, I will write it next to their name once they leave. So maybe it's a family of 4 with 2 boys or something that I can remember. I may not be able to write down their children's name, but at least I know that about them because that'll be helpful later on when you follow up. Oh, how's your family? How's your boys? I remember them or how's your girls? Whomever you encounter, that way you have a way to kind of engage and have a conversation with them. You're building rapport, right? So this is the 7th level open house. I got this from Ignite. So some of you may take Ignite. It's a course that goes over the process. They usually have it twice a year, like in the spring and then maybe in the fall sometime. So you don't just put a sign in the yard. Of course, you want that in your that's advertising to the neighbors at first. But you're also doing balloons and writers. I always say, make sure you get those out as soon as possible. A writer is just saying that this is the open house, or it could be depending on your signs from your team or whoever you link up with. It could be just your name and phone number. So you might have for the Boston team, I don't know, do you give out signs or does everyone have personal signs?
So we have a team sign,
Mhm.
and then we have the directional signs to open.
Okay, and what about the writer to the personal agent that's
The
on
writer.
it? Is on the writer.
Mhm.
Okay, so the writer would be your personal information if you go on a team. For our team, we have personal signs as well as team signs, and I always make sure that that detail is there. The writer will be an open house note, so let people know that, yeah, open house is going on. I'm upping my game because I'm going to do them only on Saturdays from 1 to 3. So I'm going to get a specialized on not just saying open house, but open house from this time to that time.
That's smart.
That way you can put it on Monday and it can be there advertised the whole week. So when that Sunday comes, every neighbor has saw that sign. But that's not the only touch you're going to give them. You're going to do social media. We'll talk about that a little bit more. And then you're going to invite the neighbors. Give them a VIP tour because they're going to come anyway, right? So leverage it by giving them that VIP tour an hour before your open house.
How are you doing that? You contact me?
So you're going to send them postcards if you can. If the budget is tiny, guess what you can do?
Door knock.
Door knock and print out a flyer right here because we don't pay for our printers, our printing paper. You can print those flyers out and you can door knock and say, hey, I want to personally invite you to the open house. And then you can call them in the morning as well. And you would door knock a couple days before if you can, if your schedule permits. And door knock the morning of. I do a couple more things, but I'll share that with you in a second. So the open house sign, you want to put that up, like I said, on Monday. You want to have your directional signs out no later than the morning of. If you can get them out the night before, great. But sometimes that's not possible. But do it a few hours before and you put up as many as possible. Please don't just put one at the corner of the block because you're not going to get the traction. You're investing 2 hours, 3 hours at a house. So get as much traction as you can, right? Even the looky-loos, they could be your next listing. A lot of times people get discouraged because only the neighbors come out, but you're building rapport with the neighbor and they're seeing how you're interviewing. Like I said, I was interviewing with, but you're essentially interviewing, letting you know what you can do. So make sure that you put those signs out as early as possible.
And one thing with the directional signs, ahead of time, go on Google Maps. I still print it out and I circle the intersection. So that way when I get out there and I'm driving around, I'm not thinking about where I need. I'm going this intersection, I'm going this intersection, I'm going this intersection, I'm going here, and I try to get back to a main road. And, that way I know when I'm out there, hey, I need 14 signs, I need 16, whatever it is, and I know each intersection. So you're not scrambling to get your signs out.
That's great feedback. And that's one thing he did teach us. It's like we did one open house years ago. He was like, you directed people on this side, but it's another entrance on that side that we completely missed. So you learn and revamp your process daily. But make sure that you direct them from every angle that they can enter your block. You want to put those signs up and put balloons up. The morning of, put balloons because if they miss your sign, they may see the balloon before they see your sign.
Pro tip: don't spend a ton of money on your balloons. Go to
$1.
Dollar Store, Dollar Tree. Spend $1 on that gold or that bright shiny balloon. Is dumb. Get the dumbest one you can find. The most silliest one that you can find because that's the one that's going to be like people are like, oh, what the hell? Hey.
Yep.
Right.
So make sure you put those balloons up at least, I would say 2 to 3 hours beforehand, because you might have the people that get up early in the morning that are running out. That'll remind them, oh, it's the open house in my neighborhood. I'm gonna swing back by on my way home. So get it out as early as possible.
Are you putting food out for the open house?
You could do a couple things. I usually put water and candy. I don't put food because I don't want to have to clean up. That's just me.
I don't want to eat all the cookies. That's one thing.
The cookies, and I will eat.
Or walking around the house.
I used to have cookies and all that, and then if I had to take some home, because some people are like, oh, I want it. then you're eating it. So I usually have like Tootsie Rolls. They are always a fan. Like I have people come, they are always a fan, and Jolly Ranchers. Those are the two candies I usually put in here, and maybe some taffies. And I send them home. Like I tell people, especially if they come in there with some kids, I'm like, please, like, you're gonna eat it all up.
Have little bags for kids. They're your kids.
Something funny I do is I actually order Papa John's. My name's John. I love Papa John's. And when parents come in with kids, and I'm like, yo, by the way, are the kids hungry? And they're like, oh, they might be hungry. I'm like, yo, I got Papa John's pizza in the kitchen. And they're like, what? And I'm like, take out pizza.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's fun. Like I said, you learn something new every day. I never thought to do that.
I do it once a month. So like if I've got like, it usually is because I'm doing it. So you know what I'm saying?
At least you don't have to worry about it when you get home, right?
I just look at it as I'm just sharing.
Sharing accounts,
Yeah.
right? Right. So print and electronic marketing. So there's a couple things that I do with that. I make sure it's on the cards. So if someone asks you to host their open house, make sure they publicize it in MLS because that's automatically going to push to the websites and that people will know. And that's how you get traffic as well of people that you're not connecting with. I also send postcards. Like I said, I send postcards to the neighbors. And then I also do social media ads as well. So you want to do that, if you can, 7 to 14 days, as much traction, and you don't have to pay for that if you don't have the resources. Because I'm all about budget conscious. But your page is a great advertising space, right? And then you get your seller to share it, right? We're partners in getting your home sold, right? So share this with your network. And then also get your friends to share it. Get your team to share it. I know the ALC group and the Millwood team will share your open houses. So if you have one coming up, feel free to tag me in it. I have no problem with taking it and sharing it with my network as well. Because if you win, we all win. Right? Yeah. All right.
Nina, who do you use when you send a postcard down?
Great question. Great question. So you can do it in command.
Okay.
You can do it in command. I put 7 to 14 days right here because command takes about 10 days. So I've learned from my experience. I've had postcards come up, show up the day after because
Yeah,
I
that's
know
what I
what
was
it is.
worried about, like
Yeah.
the timing on it.
but you could do staples.
Do you share it on your Wilmington page?
Yes, that's another. That's another. All right.
So the staples,
They're
what do you do
jumping.
to like upload your design on their website or something?
Yes, you can upload your design. They will print it out, and if you have it in their system by 12, technically it should be ready by 7. Yeah, and I say technically because if they're doing a big for a job, they may say can't get it to me to the date.
And then you're just giving them the address list of the name of it?
No, that's your work. You're printing labels and all of that. So that's why I said command is great.
Yeah.
You just have to plan for it. And there's other systems that do postcards for you. You get to Quantum Leap. They're Quantum Digital. Sorry. Yeah. Quantum Digital. They're great, and they have a scan for the neighbors where you get their information as well. So they're great as well, and they take about 3 to 5 days, I found. But Staples, they have a little. I had a family fun day.
They do
My
the
husband and
labels?
son helped me label my stuff.
They'll do the labels for you though, right?
You could do it
But that's
Alright,
not like
so-
your idea of
using the systems. If you can.
printing and then either door knocking or just leaving it on the door.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't want it back, like just
Mhm.
leave something at the door. Because when you're in the neighborhood, you don't know who you're gonna meet. You may meet the mayor of the neighborhood, like the person who knows everybody. So I like that idea, and I'm, procrastinator. So, sometimes I don't have that 7 to 14 days, but if you at least print something,
And you can go door knocking
Exactly.
3 days before to say, hey, we're having an open house on this day. Come and check us out. This is your opportunity to choose your neighbor. You may know someone that wants to live in the neighborhood. Send them their way. Send them our way. Go ahead,
So,
Chris.
secret weapon door hangers. You can go on to Canva.
Yeah.
You can create a generic door hanger for you that has your QR code in it that links to your website. has your information on it, right? And you can create that for your seasons. Maybe it's spring, summer, fall, winter. You can do it for holidays. And it's like 10 cents or 15 cents. It's super cheap for just a door hanger that you can get a simple template out of Canva for. And then if you wanted to, like as you're talking about, selecting those homes with like a CMA or like a special thing, you could attach it to that door hanger on the back or make it a QR code directly to that CMA that you have. And then you actually have something all the time to prep yourself for.
So to that point, the QR code can link to your link tree. And you can always just keep updating that with your open houses that you have available that weekend. Because that way you can print in advance. I'm all about saving coins. And so, but always update the link tree. The link tree, you can have 1,000,001 links on there, but that link tree can go back to that personalized page that he was talking about that we're going to create in Command.
And the other thing with that is Linktree is free. That's another free thing.
Absolutely.
Real about saving as much money as possible.
I'm so doing on Linktree.
I love my link tree.
I don't know what it is, but I got it.
Wait, I got her name in parentheses.
Explain Linktree to people that don't know what it is. Free.
Linktree, basically, I look at it as like my, I guess my storefront for all things Kadisha. And so there's obviously my real estate stuff, and I have some ministry stuff on there, mostly real estate. But it can have the links for all of your links. So like apply now. So I'll send them to, because I'm in the mortgage side too, so I'll send them to where they can apply. It can now have open houses. I'm gonna add that on there. Or all my upcoming webinars. Of course, our social media links. What else?
Can you have a tree? Can you have a branch within a branch?
What you mean?
So like if
That's what the links are.
Linktree is the actual link,
and then you have a bunch of lines.
Well, what I'm saying is, can I have like a tree limb that says open house?
Yeah.
All the open house
Exactly.
links. Okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
So I love Linktree. That's my.
You
That's
have
the
yours?
first thing.
Can you pull yours?
Level up.
Don't worry. No. Okay, never mind.
I don't want to look deviate from my page.
No.
She just fed us a magic mushroom, bro.
I feel like I just ate the Super Mario.
I know, that's it. That magic mushroom. I just leveled up. I dig it. Love it.
Oh,
Yeah, you can clean it
I
up
love
by
that
every
picture.
I used to have my and I was like, that's too much. I want to talk to people. So let me shorten it. I'm giving ways to contact me. Open house, like she said. And then all your listings or any seminars that you're having, any workshops that you're having, things like that.
It's
Definitely
also
want to put that together.
it's a better business card than a business card.
Okay. All right.
And I also have links to my calendar on it. So I have, if you want a presentation, because if you want a consultation as a buyer, you click on that. And it'll take you to Calendly to get a session with me, to schedule on my calendar real time.
So you have two different Calendlys, one for buyers, one for sellers?
Yes.
Do you pay for
And
that?
one for
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it's a couple options.
Yeah.
It's a couple options. Every email can give one link. Or you could just buy on Calendar Meet. You just buy that, you upgrade, you can get multiple links. So I have one for buyers, one for sellers, and one for agents.
You can do it for free on Google.
On what?
Google.
Google Calendar.
Okay. Well, I'm not versed in that, so I'm rocking with what
I'm just trying to save you. I'm trying to go with the theme here and save you some coin, girl.
I got you. But I already paid for the year, so.
Okay.
But I will circle back. Get her money.
So you do that.
From a print and electronics perspective, that's what I do for each. Now, conversations. Like I said, you want to get as much traction as possible. So I invite everybody that's in my CRM, meaning Command.
Okay.
So I say, hey, do you know somebody want to buy a house? I have a listing. I have an open house. I go on the database and I start sending out invites to them. Because you never know, that might ignite one of your buyers that's been sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
she's got to listen on this, or I do need to sell my house. Let me call. So I always stay in touch with my database, sharing it. And I even harass agents. Yes,
Really
ma'am.
good.
I know, right?
No, I like.
See you make a text message on what's happening.
I feel it. I reverse prospect, y'all.
Oh, that's the other thing. That's another thing down at the bottom. Reverse prospect and write MLS. Make sure you leverage that. Because as soon as you're in the thing, I don't know if it's active or coming soon. And probably coming soon. Because it assigns anyone that is looking for a house in your area that your property is in, you get the agent's name. You get how many people they've sent it to, like how many portals. You get their email address and telephone. So what I do with that is I invite everyone that's on that prospect list to the open house. And I tell the agents, feel free to send your buyers. I'm not going to take them. I'm trying to get this house sold. We both can share in this. So send them if you're busy. Saturdays, I already know it's a very busy day for us, right? Send them, tell them to mention your name, and when they sign in, to put your name down there. And I will circle back with you. That is my pledge to any agent that sends their buyer and that can't attend. I don't just use that reverse list. I also do a 1/4 mile radius, and I call every agent that has sold in that area. I call that agent that was the listing agent, and I call the buyer agent. Because the listing agent could potentially have, if they had multiple offers, they could potentially send somebody, right? The buyer's agent, they might have more people that have sold that they need to get a house for. So I contact both of them. It's a lot of phone calls. I use command. I have Twilio that's set up. So that is a fee. But I have Twilio that's set up. So I put them in there, send them an email about the open house. I send them a text message about the open house, and I call them.
Explain Twilio to the pro.
Okay, so Twilio, it links your command. So you can text from your command. You don't have to physically sit and text everybody.
Okay, all right, how far are you?
You just select them, you can send out a list. Maximum number of text messages is 200 a day. So I would recommend being organized and do it in advance. Because you can say, hey, send out 100, and you can stagger it. Like you can do 50, 100, or whatever. Because what if they respond? You gotta respond to them. You don't post. Post and ghost. Okay. Don't post and ghost. So the conversations with the neighbors, and I learned this new tool from Pivot. You want to invite them to your the VIP experience, which is just a free hour of the open house. But you also want to get the seller to write a letter notifying all the neighbors. Want to give that out. You also want to, once you go into contract, you want to knock on all the neighbors' door. That's another touch. We went under contract. When we have multiple offers, we have more people looking in the neighborhood. So you can door knock or call. Do you know anybody that wants to sell? Who do you know that wants to sell? That's the Phil Jones I learned that this morning. Who do you know? Because we have all these buyers sitting here waiting in the way, looking to move in your neighborhood. Then you want to touch them again once it's sold. Would you be interested in knowing how much it's sold for? I can't tell you now because we just went under contract. But once it settles, I can come back to you and give you up-to-date live comps of what your neighbor house sold. Would you like that information? So you're building rapport, giving them information. So even if they're not ready to sell, they may have someone that is. They may have a family member, a friend, a colleague that wants to sell. Like, this girl's been in my neighborhood all weekend long. Every time I take a look, she's here.
You're trying to become the mayor of that neighborhood.
Exactly. So all of those are my communication. I use command as much as I can with the text messages and the emails, but I'm picking up the phone as well. I'm door knocking a couple days in advance. If I don't door knock, if the weather is bad, I'm not like some agents say go out in the rain. I'm scared. I'm like, no, you shouldn't. No. But I will pick up the phone and call them, and I will leave them a message. Hey, I'm just giving you a call. We're having an open house. Feel free to send send anyone you know that wants to move this year.
So where are you getting your numbers from?
I have landlords.
Okay.
That's a paid service, that's not free. But you can probably do like a skip trace or something
Yeah.
like that.
And if you need access to a skip trace, Alex has one. It's really good. And it's pay by address. So it's not like a subscription service. It's a la carte.
Okay.
So it's pretty nice.
And I think hers is a couple cents. It's
Yeah,
really
it's cheap.
inexpensive.
That Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cheap. One thing to say for agents in the room, when you are in an open house and somebody comes to you, like she talked about the referring the agent, right? Always say something along the lines of, oh yeah, I know that agent. They're really great. I'm so glad you paired up with them, right? I've heard nothing but good things about them. So that when they go back and they say, oh yeah, the agent was really nice. They really talked you up. That's clearing that space so that that open, easy conversation happens.
Because we want to win-win. It doesn't have to be adversarial. Because your client wants to buy, my client wants to sell. How can we get to the table with less headaches as possible?
You will run into that agent again.
Yeah, make sure to let the clients know, like, oh, just write down the agent's name. If you can't remember, just give me at least a first name, because I'm probably texting with
God, that Edler.
Ask them to give their name, give their phone number, whatever they have. Because a lot of times, if it's their agent, they'll have the person's phone number. I'll say, put their phone number down. That way I can give them a call after, everything is over. You can give them the feedback. You don't have to feel pressure to give me a whole bunch of feedback. But I do have a QR code that they can.
And one of
a
the
slip as well.
One of the cool things is when you if you use your landing page, they have like a little notes section. You can ask them to put their agent's name in there. And the specific reason why you want to say this to them is you say, hey, if you could put your agent's name and their information down at the bottom, I want to send them as well as you the seller's disclosures from today.
Yeah. And I do that all the time. So thanks for mentioning it, because it makes it easier, and then stay in contact with that agent. And they can be your spokesperson on that house. So we just talked about how most agents just stick a sign and think it's lead gen. As you can see, when you're doing open houses, you have lead gen for days. You don't have to even figure out, who am I going to call today? Because you're going to call that neighborhood. You're going to call those agents that sold. You're going to call your sphere and letting them know that, oh, I have an open house. Even if they're not trying to buy, call your family members. Come by, get some traction. Call everybody you know.
Yeah.
You call them to go to a party. This is your party. Any other questions?
So in regard to lead generation, I was thinking about this, the thing to remember is the goal is not to get everybody to the open house, right? Everybody is not coming to the open house, but the goal is to remind everybody that you are the person that they need to talk to when they come to real estate. So busy people like to work with busy people. So if they feel like you're doing things, hey, every time I see Oliver, he's doing something with real estate, they're going to remember to call you. If you're that friend or family member that they see one post a year about real estate,
They already know you doing real estate.
yeah, it's like, I don't know how serious they are. So whatever you can share with people, whether they come or not, it's still a win. Somebody knowing that you are, your feet are moving within the business. So just a reminder.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Can you go back to, is it done? Because I want to go back to the table you had in the beginning.
Oh, that one.
Oh, okay. So you see it's signs in the yard, balloons, directional signs, social media, invite the neighbors, morning reminder call, or door knock, whatever you got, and then the actual open house. And say, for instance, you had the open house and nobody showed up. What do you do then?
Eat all the cookies.
Other than eating all the cookies.
That's the first step.
First thing you do your work. You do your work, right? You make your phone calls. Have a list that's underneath your computer. Like you may have one person 1 hour, 20 people the last 15 minutes. That's usually what I especially have the mad rush at the end. But you make your phone calls, you do your social media posts before you start. Come on out, do a pop in like midway through. Come on out, check out the open house. But it's giving advertisement that you're in the business, that you're doing the business. So you're always in front of them. So make sure
And-
of that.
Go ahead.
Can I give you guys one key piece of advice? Right? Just like Oliver said, that busy people want to work with busy people, right? People want to work with competent real estate agents. So make sure that you do the homework on your property. Know what the taxes are, know what the bedrooms are, know what the utilities are, right? Be able to answer questions about the neighborhood, right? Do that education, because the difference between selling that house could be that you knew that there was a hockey program right down the road that was really good. You could know that educationally that school ranked number one for the spring semester or whatever it may be. You could know that there's a really good Italian restaurant right down the road that could have keyed into why they would want to live there. You know what I mean? So make sure that you do your homework on the property.
And make sure you bring that information.
Yeah.
So
And bring that information with you
Right.
as handouts.
Yeah.
So bring the disclosure, keep one that you keep at the house, but print out your listing description, print out your disclosures. Make sure you have them there because they're going to ask you the question. Oh, let's look. I always say that so we can point right to it just to make sure that I'm not misspeaking on anything. So I'll say, let's look. Here's what they have. And if you have a utility sheet already filled out from your seller, then you already have those questions answered on a utility sheet. Say, oh yeah, you can take a copy. Because the utility sheet is nothing but who's the service provider and the service provider's telephone number for the address. Like you have all of that stuff as a touch point.
I love your idea about ChatGPT, but I feel like if you just stop at ChatGPT, then you're not honest. I'm looking for the word. It's not honest. What's that?
Well,
No,
yeah,
you're not being
like-
you're not being genuine, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in this case, what I would do is I would ask ChatGPT if I'm unfamiliar with the neighborhood or the area. I would ask ChatGPT, hey, I really like this kind of food. What restaurant would you recommend? So during that week that I'm doing my door knocking and my following up, I would go to that restaurant and I would stop in and I would try something and leave my business card, right? And try to have a short relationship, maybe a good conversation with the owner and say, hey, I really enjoyed your food. The atmosphere was really good. Thanks so much. So that when you come back and you say to that client, hey, Tracy, after you're done with this open house, I really recommend you go to Vincenzo's in Dover. Their Italian food is really good. And do me a favor, get to know the owner because he's really cool guy. He's been in this area for a long time, and he would really appreciate that. You know what I mean? So then you're starting a relationship with the client. You're starting a relationship with the business, right? And you're being genuine by offering them something that you actually like. So you get passionate about it, right? You get a little excited. So that conversation is a little exciting because it's something that you're sharing with them. And while this is like, high-end kind of thought process, all of that is foundational to becoming the subject matter expert in that area that you now want to sell 10 homes in instead of just one.
And that's the whole point of doing the auctions.
Mhm.
You're going to be able to get other neighbors. Once they see you working, you'll get them calling you and being in conversation.
Mhm.
So ultimately, when they're ready, you can potentially sell their homes.
Mhm.
One thing that I did not mention is have a partner at the open house.
Yeah.
So it's not just
Amen.
you there. One, safety reasons,
Mhm.
but two, if you got an influx of people, you can't,
Right.
you can't
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what you have.
That's right.
Have a partner there. It's okay, and y'all can figure out how you're going to do it or whatever. But have a partner there to help you. We always try to have at least one more agent
Yeah.
there with us.
And you can always invite a lender if you need one, let me know.
Yeah.
But I remember coming out of the pandemic, everybody was trying to get out and it was like the line was wrapped. So I just had one of my, good girlfriends. She wasn't licensed, but she was just helping me at least help people sign in. And at that time, we don't want to let a few families in. Like it was just crazy. But yeah, definitely, especially women, it's definitely you really want to be precautious. And I would encourage you to stay in front of the home, don't go to the basement, just use wisdom and common sense, but understand that there are some crazy.
People are not genuine.
Correct. And everybody's not there just to see a home. Sometimes they are there to see you. But the other thing I wanted to mention with the video part, was like when you're in there, make sure you, if it's quiet and it's dead, do a video. One, that video you can use on social media, but that's the same video that I use to like follow up with people. Because if they went to your open house, they went to other open houses. So if they see a video of me, they'll at least remember my name, my face, and all that. Hey, thanks for coming, blah, blah, blah. And, just want to follow up on 123 Main Street. So definitely do a video while you're in there because you can use that video 10 times over on social media for sure.
And knock the door before you start. So don't let them in early. Don't feel compelled. You didn't hear the door. Because you will get disheveled and distracted. So if the open house is 12 o'clock, have the door locked and don't answer so you can prep and there. Right? And that way you can get there, be in there, before doing your video, shooting your content, getting all of that out of the way so that you can send those later. Thanks so much for coming to the open house. You already have the video done before the open house even started. So you have all of that done before. So make sure you do that.
2 questions. You're sending the video to the people who came?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay. And do you have to get permission from the owners to video their home?
Well, it's like it's already.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to, and Bright, if you have the enhanced service on Bright, your pictures turn into a video anyway. It turns into a digital, but I'm saying a personal video so people can see you in the house doing the work.
So you just say, hey, this is so-and-so. I'm so glad you came to my open house. Thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you a little bit more. I emailed you over that seller disclosure we spoke about.
And then you could also, so I just implemented for my personal use is instead of just sending a regular text message and just doing a phone call, especially if I don't get the phone call, I send a video text and I do the 3 mirror situation. So if I drop a phone call and they don't answer, I drop a voicemail. That voicemail is turned into a text message. Now, obviously it's going to be just slightly different, but that text message will mirror what that says. And then I will send a video text message to mirror what those other 2 things said so that they're like, oh, who's this person emailing? Oh, they sent me a video. What is this? And then they get to see my face, they get to hear my voice, and they get to recognize that I'm a human being. And I found great success in this. Now,
Video texting is really, it wows them.
They don't call me straight back, but what I do tell you is within 2 days, everybody that I've done that with over the last 2 weeks has called. Or texted me.
And if you have that capability on your phone to do it, like my phone is a little older, so I have the app to do it. I literally could not attend an event for one of my clients, which I really wanted to, but I could not. So I sent her a voice message just congratulating her, telling her I'm so proud of her. She was so amazed by that one. It took me 5 minutes to do that video. Not even 5 minutes. Probably 5 minutes because I did a couple takes. But it wasn't, and that meant the world to her. And she sends me, her whole family sends me.
But it came from your heart. You took the,
Yeah, because I was like, I can't. She felt it. Yeah.
She felt you in there.
Is there any way we can get a copy of these slides? Yeah, I would love that.
I'd like to show them.
These are great.
I'll give it to them. Until I'm like, you want to send
out.
She's pretty.
She's the best.
I want to add something and ask one question.
Sure.
So one thing that I found a lot of success with is we were talking about like the filming in the Facebook group. So I make the point to get to that open house in Raleigh. I film it. I put like a bunch of little clips together. I make Facebook do the work for me and make a reel out of it. I put music to it and I post that even before the open house is live. Then I post that on every freaking Facebook group that I could find that's entailed with that. So if it's Westchester, I'm posted on Westchester Community. I'm posted on Westchester Sports. I'm posted on Westchester Real Estate. I'm posted on, greater Delaware County, et cetera, just things like that. And, just kind of get your face out there and stuff too, because then, you see these folks out in the wild and sometimes they're like, I had somebody come up to me like, your video you did for this house. She's like, I have an agent, but if I didn't, my agent keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, okay. It's like, I don't overproceed, but this person already knew me. And like they came to my open house because they're like, you do such a good job marketing your open houses. And I'm like,
I love that tip about posting it in other groups and recording beforehand. I would even do the recording a day before
Yeah.
and have all that stuff scheduled, so our brain is just focused on capturing that day. But that's pre-work that you can do. Like the style for her is 1 hour before. Me, I'm like, maybe I can do that when I go to the house to prep for it the day before, have that all ready and post and mix it out.
It's even better. And then my question to you is, so I find that the magical hour for open houses is that last 15 minutes, right? We could be dead the entire day, but that last 15 minutes, 5 people show up. In your experience, and being a female, what's your comfort level and when do you draw the line? So, you have somebody that comes in 2 minutes before the open house is over, like, what are your thoughts on that with, like, protecting yourself with still, we still want to respect the homeowner. We don't want to turn away a potential buyer, but, where to which as a female,
If you feel uncomfortable, trust your gut.
and how would you handle that? So,
So much for coming. I will have more time to show you the house. Unfortunately, I have an appointment. I'll be late. Blame it on that next appointment. If you feel uncomfortable, unfortunately, I have to get this appointment. I'm really already running around.
If you really felt bad, right? If you really felt like this isn't going to work out, you can definitely say something along the lines of, I have to go to my concealed carry license class.
right?
Right?
Yeah. That I prepaid for.
Yeah.
That I won't get my
I've
money
never
back.
really had that with an open house. With open houses, I've had people come through, give me decent vibes a couple minutes before. I'm not going to rush them. Then I'll message the seller like, hey, Mr. Seller, just letting you know, I've got somebody coming through. Sometimes those are people I put in the offer. Right? It just so works that way. But I've had, when I was a brand new agent, I once went to a tour. So for you to listen to, it's getting dark out sooner. Set your time. That you're not going to take tours after 5:30 because it's pitch black outside and you feel uncomfortable. I showed up as a green female new agent, and this young lady, she's like, oh, I might bring a friend. She brought 3 males with her.
Yeah.
So I was one female alone in this, townhouse, whatever it is, surrounded by 4 people, and like, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, I kept calling like my best friend who's psycho and like calling and hanging up just to be like, I'm checking in on you, Courtney. I'm just making sure I'm good. But like, I needed that. But that's a lesson that I learned, that it's like, no more tours after 5:30 unless, I've met you and I know you and I'm comfortable with you. That's different. But the first time you meet somebody, don't be afraid to say, hey, to make sure that we get the best experience at the showing, I'm gonna recommend we get there before 4. That's another thing that I'd say for
And
agents.
if it's an open house, like I said, don't be the only one there. Get someone else to partner up with you. Because one, you can't handle all the traffic. If you get 20 people in, there's no way you can have quality conversations with 20 people all at the same time.
Right.
It's not gonna.
I've once been wrangling cats where there were new people coming in. Literally, it's like I had a green agent helping me, and I'm like, Taylor, you got this. Meanwhile, I'm getting the kitty cat out of the crawl space before the homeowner. It was a day.
Yeah, so
we made
make
it work.
Make sure you get someone to help you. And that way y'all can play off each other and y'all can develop a safe word if y'all both feel, you can say
Pineapples.
pineapples. Somebody wants to Yeah, so
That was
yeah, definitely.
They were hanging a potential buyer around and they wanted to see when, and it was November. It was dark before 5. I said, don't worry about the men sitting in my car. That's my husband just looking for I think coming back.
No, that's right.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget too, we have full board now through the board,
Mm-hmm.
and I used it the other day, and thank goodness I did, because 23 weapons charges.
Wait, what happened?
So if you're a member of Newcastle County Board, you now have access to Forewarn, which is a free app. You can search someone's phone number.
Okay.
So I had a lead who I was just
Yeah.
just got Forewarn that day.
I remember that email.
Just got it that day, and I was like, oh, let me try it out.
Yeah, I went to sign up.
Good thing I did.
like 2 weeks ago. And they're like, well, just wait, we're working on this.
Yep, good thing I did.
That's because they were about to
Put
house you,
their
right?
name and phone number in.
You can put the phone number, and then like
What
when
about
you
the
put the
first?
phone number, it may have multiple names pop up, but you'll see the name of the person that you're looking for.
The other thing, when you're in a house,
FOR.
never allow them to follow you. I don't care.
W.
Always open the door and say, go ahead.
So like,
Always
you
remember
remember.
as the woman that
Yeah.
you want. Let them go. You open the door, but you off on the side and let them go in. And that way you follow behind them. And you can direct them, go to your right, go to your left, but let them proceed.
See, I just saw something where we were talking about or where it was, but, and I never thought of this, when you're opening the door, you open like to the side, yeah. You don't, I was like, I never thought of that, like, I know that to stand at the door behind, but like, I was like, I didn't even think of like.
And then
How did you become a host?
my stomach is like,
When did you do mortgage?
so if
When
you
did
tell
sign up
them
for that?
that you're putting
Probably
that
the top of the
high,
year.
if they're quarter of, unlock the door, everything.
Well,
If
somebody
they're
got
not
a top
following,
company. I love it.
direct that way you can let them in. And then as you go
What
to the
company
next
are you
house, so you got a couple homes,
Oh, no,
you
sorry.
leave before them to get to the next house and purchase
Just
that house.
this year,
To keep
Santa Fe
yourself
Credit
safe.
Union.
Alright.
That's a good point.
Thank you.
Anything else? Any other questions? Any other little gems you want to share?
Oh, this is great.
Take y'all.
Thank you.